Hey there, welcome to our video about the current state of the US debt ceiling. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has notified Congress that the US is projected to reach its debt limit on Thursday, January 19th. This means that the US government will have to resort to extraordinary measures to avoid default. But what exactly is the debt ceiling? It's a legal limit on how much the US government can borrow to finance its operations. The current limit is set at $31.4 trillion, and if this limit is reached, the government can't borrow any more money until Congress raises the limit or suspends it again for a period of time. Yellen has urged lawmakers to act quickly to raise the debt ceiling to protect the full faith and credit of the United States. She also warned that failure to meet the government's obligations would cause irreparable harm to the US economy, the livelihoods of all Americans, and global financial stability. So why is this happening now? The main reason is that US inflation peaked at 9.1% in June, its highest rate since 1982, due to the Ukraine war and the pandemic. This has put a strain on the government's finances, which is why they are running up against the debt ceiling. However, the situation is complicated by the fact that Republicans, who now control the House, have threatened to use the debt ceiling as leverage to demand spending cuts from Democrats and the Biden administration. This has raised concerns in Washington and on Wall Street about a potentially disruptive fight over the debt ceiling this year, similar to the one that occurred in 2011. House Republicans have reportedly prepared an emergency plan for breaching the debt limit, which would direct the Treasury Department to prioritize certain payments if the US hits the debt ceiling. However, the White House has stated that they will not negotiate over raising the debt ceiling and that it should be done without conditions. The good news is that Treasury Secretary Yellen has estimated that the extraordinary measures will allow the US to continue paying the government's obligations until early June. But it's important to keep in mind that this is just an estimate and the situation could change. In conclusion, the US is projected to reach its debt limit on Thursday, January 19th, and will have to resort to extraordinary measures to avoid default. The situation is complicated by the fact that Republicans have threatened to use the debt ceiling as leverage for spending cuts, raising concerns about a potentially disruptive fight over the debt ceiling. However, Treasury Secretary Yellen estimates that the US will be able to continue paying its obligations until early June. We'll keep you updated on any further developments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.